Is your mic working?
Hey, great that Monday morning. It is
Yay.
a beautiful morning in the city of Brownsville, Texas. And let me say is that we are a couple of minutes late. And the reason I'm a couple of minutes late is because, believe this or not, I know that Roman doesn't believe it, but I actually work unlike Roman. And
Well, I had things I needed to do at 9 o'clock, but I guess I'm going to postpone them to be
there's
on the show.
nothing more important than for you to be on the show.
Yeah, there is. I have one thing I needed specifically to do at 9 o'clock, but I figured, 30 minutes, it's okay. I can wait.
Well, yeah, we can do 30 minutes. And that's one of the
Or an
things,
hour, it's okay. It's not a big deal.
or an hour and 30 minutes.
Whatever. It doesn't matter.
Let me say it's kind of trippy, but last week, Roman, for me, it was kind of like a little dead week. So I really wasn't doing much, and I was going like, what the hell? I had like maybe two weddings all
Hmm.
all last week, and I'm going like, am,
Nobody
am,
loves you.
am I am I losing my touch? You know, is it over? Is the honeymoon over? But what
Hmm.
happens, Roman? I think what happens a lot in Hispanic culture is that we go all out for Christmas and stuff.
Hmm.
So we are overspent in Christmas. So no one's thinking about getting hitched or anything on January the 1st, January the 2nd. They're
Hmm.
still trying to recuperate from all the expenses that they made.
Well, maybe they're going to get married for the next holiday, which is Martin Luther King Day.
No, no, I think it's going to pick up because of February the 14th, El Día del Amor y la Amistad.
Oh, what is that? I've never. Wait, you said January 14th or February 14th?
February 14th.
Okay, I thought I heard January. I don't know. I'm sorry. I heard
No,
January in my head. I'm like, who's celebrate? What? Huh? Sorry.
the next, the next celebration is January the 20th. You know that, right?
No, the next one is Martin Luther King
More
Day.
important than Martin Luther King Day, January 20th.
I don't know that. I don't know. Is that I go by the calendar that the new weather girl from Channel 4 puts up and says, the upcoming holidays, and not the next one. So you're not included in that list.
She's good looking.
Which do you know who I'm talking about? Erica, Jessica Kirk. I think her name is Jessica Kirk
Yeah.
or Eric. Yeah, yeah, she's cute.
Good morning. Good
Yeah,
morning.
she is.
But let me say that January 20th is my birthday, Roman.
Oh, yeah, I know. I know. I know when your birthday is. I think everybody in town knows when your birthday is.
So what are you going to get me for my birthday?
I already told you I'm not giving you anything. Just giving you my presents.
Roman, first
I
of all, you
don't.
did,
I don't even give anything for my wife when it's her birthday.
first of
Like,
all, you did not give me $100.
right? Because you didn't ask.
Well, it was a given. I was actually
No. Well, not only. Yeah. Okay. What?
the,
It was a given? No, I was not given. I did not give you anything.
the only money I ever expect to receive when I'm running a campaign is from Roman Perez.
Yeah, I didn't give you anything. I'm sorry. Well, I mean, I gave you more than that. I gave you like several weekends of stuff of days of block
Ooh,
walking, and
that was
somebody never came.
that was more than 150.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, because I blocked a lot.
Like
Me
you were
and Diana Lee and
you were
others.
you were out walking for Janie, not for me.
No, for you as well. I mean, there were times where we were block walking in your precinct
But
only.
you were but more for Janie.
Well, yeah, because I stopped block walking for you after you didn't show up to that special block walk day we had for you.
And she
And
still needed tennis shoes from the shoe factory or carnival shoe
I
carnival.
think the shoe carnival bought whatever that was bought in August
Then-
and she claimed that it was for a
no.
I need it.
Yeah.
uh,
Let's say spend.
Okay.
for a
So
photo shoot, not for a photo shoot. It was, and then she didn't specifically say what she bought for her photo shoot. That's what it said.
maybe makeup.
A shoe carnival.
I don't know. Well,
It said that's where she bought the money, or 90 some dollars or whatever, $100, whatever it was.
it's kind of trippy because you go to Ross or something, and right where the cash register is, they've got all these little like hand wipes and sanitizer and popcorn and stuff, and you go like, why are you getting popcorn and hand sanitizer at a clothing store? But they do that, I think, to up their sales because that crap is like real cheap and they sell it for like expensive.
Mhm.
Maybe she bought
I
it
don't
for
know. Well, I know she shopped at Ross. That's also showed up in her campaign finance report. Ross. She went to Ross. I don't know what she bought at Ross though.
Well,
But
I've never been to Old Navy, and in New York, there's an Old Navy on Times Square.
mm-hmm.
So I actually went to Old Navy to buy myself some clothes because they lost my luggage. And let me tell you, I paid $50 for jeans. $50.
Wow.
Never in my life. These jeans I have on right now, believe it or not, these jeans cost $50 at Old Navy. But let me say, to their defense, well, I'm asking the airline to give me the money back because I had to buy clothes. But to their defense, these are the probably the best fitting jeans I've ever worn.
Well, because you buy your jeans at thrift stores. That's
Well,
why.
yeah. Well, because I'm cheap.
And yeah, but they don't fit as well as I guess Old Navy jeans. I had no idea.
These
They,
hug
you,
on the right places.
okay, I guess you say so. Hey, Elvella, how you doing? Yeah, change subjects. That's all. I don't want to talk about your
Hold on.
twig and berry stuff, whatever. Oh my, he left me alone. So what do y'all want to talk about? How was your weekend? Oh, I don't know. How was my weekend? I watched the Cowboys lose. That was funny. What did you all do this weekend other than watch that? Who are y'all going for tonight? Are y'all going to be like wearing your purple and going for TCU? I'm not. Are you going for TCU today?
Yeah, of course. Horny toads.
They're the frogs, aren't they?
Same
Horned
thing.
frogs.
Oh,
Oh,
Ashley. Uh,
oh.
I'm ready for my Ashley. She was the one I was telling you, Roman. She makes these amazing orange peel candy.
Oh. For
And then,
roscas?
no, she doesn't make for la rosca.
Well, that's what we were talking about with roscas. It wasn't for anything else.
She just sells them in bags, bro.
Oh, okay. Hey, that's great. Awesome. You saw that stuff. I'm still in the rosca thing. I didn't get a rosca, darn it.
You didn't eat rosca?
I didn't either. I told you I'm still quarantining because I'm still sick. It's horrible.
You're a fake
Disgusting.
Mexican.
I'm not a fake Mexican. I look, I'm just trying to figure out why, because of you made me, I decided to actually go read the freaking blog, because of you. And because I wanted to make sure that what you wrote when you copied and pasted Juan Montoya's page stuff into your Facebook page, I want to make sure that's exactly what was written. And Montoya is complaining. Put a screenshot of Jessica Tetro not wanting to have a rosca because she was afraid she would put a baby Jesus in her mouth or something.
Let me say, I actually freaked out with that post because anyone could have taken it any which way they wanted to.
Well, yeah, and I'm just like, but still, I mean, I didn't. I thought it was an innocuous post. I obviously, Jessica Tetra had me blocked because she had me blocked. Great, congratulations to me. Like I don't know, I'm lucky, I guess. But I don't think it's a big freaking deal that she wrote. I don't want to have a rosca because I'm afraid I'll have a baby Jesus in my mouth. I'm like, I don't think it's a big deal. But now that you've mentioned it, Erasmo,
Well, the way that it was written, it just sounded
thanks, Erasmo, for reading my
so.
mind.
It just sounded so super funny, man. And I was tripping out on the whole deal. Let me tell
Mm.
you one of the things that I came out. I don't know if you saw this on Captain Bob's page, but he has that that chick, the lady Aston or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
Turi Trevino, myself, and Cowan as the only four individuals that are so far running for mayor of the city of Brownsville. What's your take on that?
I don't know who this chick is, and I don't think Duty's gonna run for mayor. Um, and I guess right now it's just you and John Cowan. Who is this? You keep running away. Run, Forrest, run. Keep going, run, run. Yeah, no. I don't know. I don't think Duty's gonna run. Where is he going? It's like he just como un perro, just running like crazy. I don't even know. I want to read the next comment. It's from Ashley, but I have no control over being able to put it up there, Ashley. Oh, as soon as he gets her, I guess we'll be able to put up that comment. Ay, Erasmo. Is he gonna come back? That's the question. How long is it gonna take him to come back? Like 20 seconds, a minute, 2 minutes? What's up? I don't like being left alone because I have no control over the comments. And I have no idea who's watching. So I have no idea, who's gonna want to. There you are. He came back. It was less than 20 seconds since I said how long it's gonna take you.
Well,
Where'd you going? Where are you going?
well, I actually work, Roman. I know it's hard. You have no
I
concept of what work
I
really is.
don't. I have apparently no. I have no idea what work is.
But
No,
I
absolutely
actually work.
100%.
It's crazy, but Monday mornings get to be a little bit on the busy side for me. So,
Mhm.
I was taking care of some people. It's some folks that came in. Got to do a quick wedding early this morning. I mean, I'm
This
hustling.
early? Who wants to get married this early in the morning? They want an early honeymoon. Okay, let's get it on. Ooh.
Well, maybe
I, who gets married on a Monday?
I'm doing a lot of work. You can put them on anything as a garnish, bake with them, or eat alone. Peels are healthy and old fashioned. They are healthy. Let me tell you, I consider peels a superfood
Okay, they're
because
like the
that,
beets, super beets.
yeah, that is where a lot of the nutrients hold up on the peels,
Mm, okay, cool.
and they're
Well,
delicious.
they are delicious.
So,
Yeah, I'm hungry now. Thanks for reminding me. I'm hungry.
well, Ashley's going to hopefully bring some over for me today, and because she sells them, I'm definitely buying. But
Mm.
yeah, I'll save you some if you want because they'll help
No,
with your COVID.
yeah, I don't want to be around you. 'Cause I don't want to give you COVID.
No, I
No,
don't
but I
want
am
I don't
hungry
want you
though.
around me. I'm saying
And
that I could probably get some to you so that
that's
I'm
okay.
not even joking, guys. I truly believe that orange peels are good for COVID because of the vitamin
You're
C.
not giving health. No health advice. This is not a health show or anything like that. Don't come sue him or anything for that.
Well, you can sue me. You just need to get in line to sue me.
Hey, did you? What happened with that? Did you end up meeting with the dude or guy, girl, whatever
No,
it was?
actually, it's kind of trippy because they did call me that they wanted me because Anna O'Quinn was all like flustered and frustrated that I was defaming or libeling or whatever with her. And I'm going like, I'm still telling people not to go eat at damn McDonald's just because you're out there supporting Sandra Sines and John Brusiak. And it
Yeah.
really ticked me off.
Mhm.
It really, really upset me.
Well, but aside from whatever you're talking about that there, I did watch the meeting, um, because well, you made me like now that I'm did a show and I'm like, well, what happened at the meeting? And so I was looking at the fight, and I still can't. You were there apparently. I didn't even realize you were there at that
Yeah.
meeting.
Yeah.
Like I saw it. I still don't under. It still makes no sense whatsoever why they even bothered having the vote. And apparently Pedro showed up later, after like the 3 hour long executive session thing they had. At the end, he showed up via Zoom, so he was there for that, but he wasn't there for the vote for Sandra Signs. But it bothered me that they even bothered to have the vote. But that's on Roy. Roy thinks, I guess, does Roy think he's like the smartest person on the commission or something? That was not very smart to
Well,
have the vote anyway.
let me say, I think he is the smartest individual on there.
Really?
Yeah, I mean,
Because
again,
why did he would
and
like the
and
play was
before
not there?
and before I start to get you're having lunch with Roy, you're all buddies with Roy. Roman, you know me. I call it the way I see it. He
Mm,
is the smartest individual on that commission right now. He was the most powerful one, and then all of a sudden there was a little chink in his armor. So then he stopped becoming the most powerful one. But one of the things that I've always stated: when they do right, you applaud them, and when they don't, when they don't, you call them out on it.
mm-hmm,
It's just the way we are, and always been that way, always will be that way. When they do well, you know,
mm-hmm. Well, I mean, what I found also interesting is that I guess Nurit wanted to cross-examine Roy and Lil Train. "Yeah, we're not gonna have that. We're not gonna cross-examine each other here. This is not cool." And I'm like, so you can ask him questions, and I'm not sure the questions were pertinent. It was coming from Nurit after all. But and I was expecting John Cowan to have only said a few words, but he said more than a few words. I didn't like what he had to say, but
he didn't say much, Roman.
but I mean, I know, but he said something.
Not
They
much.
all had something to say, and then Jessica goes like, "Oh, have to understand that this is what happens when we're not able to do what we want to do, and we're sorry, but this is what happens." I'm like, Well, how about I have get Pedro show up and everybody vote and actually have a
Well,
discussion on it.
you know, first of all, it was going nowhere because of the, you know,
Mm-hmm.
it was going nowhere because they didn't have everyone there.
Mm-hmm.
First of all,
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't going to go anywhere. Second of all, it was good to put everybody on record.
Yeah,
You
I know
know,
you said that. I don't get the point because that's what Roy was saying too. I don't get why you put him on record when you can't even. That's like, you know what? Hey, let's just see if the sky blue
no,
today or it's cloudy today. Just
no,
let's talk about the
no.
weather. That's basically what he did.
No, but let me finish. Part of the thing that a lot of folks had gone out there and been very vocal on, have even spoke Sudro Valcava, Kayla, uh, have spoken out publicly, at the meetings and everywhere else, is guys, we need we want y'all to take at least, and I've stated the same thing. We want you to remove one of the board members now that you can
Mm,
do it. Please do it. So I'm glad they put it on there, Roman, so that
mm,
people could vote. So we would know that Nerth Kalonsky is going to be loyal not to the people of Brownsville, but to Sandra Sines.
mm,
This is how we learned that Sandra is the Anna O'Quinn. Anna O'Quinn, owner of McDonald's, stop eating McDonald's. Do not eat at McDonald's. Do not eat at McDonald's. Do not eat at McDonald's. Anna O'Quinn was out there supporting Sandra Sines and John Brusiak. So at least now we know where all these people stand. Now, my question, and I said this publicly. I mean, did Roy do it for show, or did he do it because the people of Bronzeville want him to do it? Because there's a very thin line there. Because you could say, well, look, I know it's not going to pass, but I'm going to give him something. You know,
mm,
so, but either way, it was placed on the agenda. We got to see where it was a circus. You saw it, Roman. It was a circus,
mm,
and with your attorney, your friend, Trey Mendes, going out there saying, "Well, I have a conflict of interest." Well, then maybe you shouldn't be on the city commission if you've got all these conflicts of interest where you can't vote,
mm.
or be an ex official member of PUB if you can't go out there and vote.
And that's the other thing that I saw when they had the item on the agenda. You could see very clearly who's on the PUB board, and it bothered me that everybody on the board is from District 4 and District 3.
Yeah,
And
being smart does not guarantee that you're not going to be ridiculous. And we have called Commissioner Las Chanclas out on the stuff that he brings forward that doesn't make any sense. We have, see, this is,
mm,
and again, it doesn't make him our enemy. It doesn't make him our enemy. It doesn't make anyone our enemy. We just want questions.
mm,
They are our elected officials. They are our elected officials. They are an enemy of the community, you may think, because of a lot of the measures that they take. It doesn't make them our enemy. We still got to fight a different fights. There's a
mm,
lot of fights out there, guys. There are a lot of different fights out there. You call them out on the stuff that is wacko, and you applaud them on the stuff that isn't wacko. Because if you don't, then you're the one that appears wacko. And let me tell you guys, people can accuse me of being a lot of things. I'm not wacko.
I don't
And
know about
and
that.
whenever I've had to retract, I retract. Whenever you just didn't have all the information, we get the rest of the information. I'll retract in a second. I just haven't been proven wrong. Have not been proven wrong on one single thing.
Well, I just want you were going to have this city election coming around, and when I look at PUB, the biggest issue in the race is going to be PUB no matter what. And when you see that every single person on the board is either from District 3 or District 4, and that includes the ex officio member Trey Mendez because he lives in District 4. So of the 6 people that are voted on to be on the board, 4 of the 6 are from District 3, and not including Trey, then the other 2 are from 4. Not nobody from 2 or 1. And so if that's the east side of town, if you're from the east and northeast side of town, you don't matter, I guess, to the city commission when it comes to PUB. So who do you complain to? I mean, you're only supposed to complain to the city commissioners, or how does that work? It's not cool. Hopefully that the next commission that comes in will start being more equitable to all this equity talk that the liberals on the commission like to talk about equity. When will they have equitable representation on that committee? And if it's like that in that one, I can only imagine what it's like on the other ones as well. We used to have a District 1 board member for a little while, and that was our friend Tim Lopes, he was on there, and then he was replaced. And the person that replaced him was the District One commissioner. Who replaced him was, I believe, Sandra Sines, right? I think Sandra Sines is the one who replaced him,
I don't remember.
or
I don't think.
were what
I think she was already on there, Roman.
was she?
I think.
Well,
I think.
I mean, you were. I don't know. I
I think
thought
it
it
was.
was.
I thought it was Holman. I can't. I
I don't
honestly.
remember. Well, you know what? I don't know. I could be wrong, but regardless, your District One or District Two Commissioner Jessica Chetro and District One Commissioner North Carolina, they're not stepping up for District One or Two on that particular board, and that particular board being the number one board. It's not the BDC, it's not GBIC or whatever. No, sorry, GBIC or because the commissioners are in GBIC now, I guess, right? And the BCIC. Those are not the two most important boards. It's PUB. PUB is the number one top dog board, and nobody there is from the east side of town. So if you're from South Bros, you don't matter.
PUB, BCIC, and GBEC.
Yeah, those are the three, but the number one is PUB.
100%. Because of their budget.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they have more than twice a budget as the city of Brownsville.
They have their own building. Two of them. They have a huge annex now. That's what you call it.
They have a lot of buildings.
So I
And
mean,
a lot of land. What's trippy, Roman, and it's one of the things that I think some folks, again, in our group or our former group, are investigating in regards to the land purchases. You know that we were still buying land for Tenasca even after we knew that Tenasca was not going to happen.
that wouldn't surprise me.
But it makes no sense.
Mm.
Holding people accountable and testing the system only makes our city better. 100%. And that should be the attitude of everyone. You know, it should be the attitude of elected officials. So when elected officials get like, well, why are you questioning me? Well, and look, I've been very, very clear on it. We applaud them when they do well, and we call them out when they do bad. When we don't have and I've said this to Commissioner Las Chanclas personally on this show, when we've got this dot here, Roman, and we've got this dot here, and we have nothing connecting these dots, and you won't provide to us the information connecting these dots, you know what I'm saying?
Think so.
Then we start to speculate on this. It's very simple. Give us the damn information. Don't let us speculate. Just give us the damn information, because that's your job to provide for us the information. So that I've said that to Commissioner de las Chanclas. I've said that to Trey Mendez. Stop leaving these dots unconnected, because that's what happens. And then everyone goes with this thing with Helen Ramirez, with her being hired or not being hired. Was the mayor giving carte blanche in order to get the contract for her and everything? Again, it was all talked about in an executive session, which I understand, but no other information was given. So when Juan Montoya goes out there and writes, well, the mayor's been given carte blanche to go out there, and he comes out publicly and states this is a 100% not factual, not true. Well, then what's the truth?
Well, I don't know. I commented because I saw that comment, and I commented last night, I guess, after I saw that. It seems to me, and maybe Trey can come on to explain it, but it seems to me they decided something in executive session, and they approved whatever was in executive session. But based on the action item, it means the mayor is going to enter into negotiations with one specific person. That's what it seems like. Who that is, I'm assuming it's Helen. I think we all assume it's her. But that doesn't mean... So what Trey, I think, is denying is it's 100% false that I'm the one making the decision to hire whoever we hire. I think that's what he's denying. I don't think he's denying the other thing, that he's the one that's going to be doing the negotiation, because that's the authority that was put on the agenda. That was the action item that was approved based off of what was in executive session. Am I right on that? Or am I off? Or
I think you're right. But again, tomato.
But Trey likes to play those games. That's why I'm assuming that's what he's playing. That he's like, oh, not you. I'm not the one doing anything. And it's like, well, we're not. And it doesn't help when you have Montoya making a misreading of what actually happened.
But because of what I'm saying, Montoya has this, and we got this dot here. We got this dot here. Don't let us fill in the blanks that you should be filling in. Yeah. And then you want to portray yourself as the victim, like, oh, they're fake news. Well, give us the information. And I think part of the problem, I'll come back to your comment, Hector. Sorry. Part of the problem, Roman, is they still think that they're back in the 70s, 80s, and 90s, Roman, when there wasn't this demand for individuals to get information on the fly. It's a new era, guys, where information comes out the second that it's happening. Now we cover stories before the Herald because the Herald reports on stories 2 3 days later. The news media, they try to catch up. Unfortunately, that they can't because unlike them, we have eyes everywhere. So we're reporting on the fly. So it happens the same with information that is being divulged from our leadership. Guys, get with the times. We need the information now, quick, pronto,
Mm. Get
right?
back to yeah. That seems like it. Just be forthright. But hey, transparency matters. I think transparency is important. Okay, but Hector's comment now. We can talk about that one.
Oh, Hector, sorry. Brusiak walked away with a lot of money from Brownsville citizens, plus a nice big severance package, plus his retirement benefits that only Brownsville could get away with stealing from the poor. That was my first thing, the golden parachute. And besides all that, Hector, the guy gets to come back, Roman, to do consultant work for PUB. The guy's going to make a killing, Roman.
We don't even know if it's a golden parachute though. I know that Roy, your friend Roy, and I think Carlos was on Channel 4 with your friend Derek Garcia, and there was a news story on it. And based off of what was there, I don't think either one of them would be happy with the golden parachute. But if Roy doesn't know if there's a golden parachute, how are we supposed to know if there's a golden parachute for him?
Oh, Roman, you know there's a golden parachute, right?
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I mean, if he's your buddy, he's your lunch buddy, you should ask him, is there a golden parachute? But he said,
buddy,
lunch buddy, go to his apartment or wherever the heck he lives and put a little boombox and be like, music.
hey,
lunch
hey,
buddy."
hey.
There you go. No, but in serio, so your friend Derek Garcia, they had a story like a golden parachute. We don't know. So nobody, if that news media doesn't know, how do you expect us to know?
Golden parachute, no doubt. Plus, I guarantee you this: he'll be consulting for PUB for at least another decade. I mean, he's like 100 years old already. At least another decade, and probably $1 million a year just a consulting fee. So we're screwed. Roman, you gonna be on tonight?
I don't think so.
Shut up. You,
I don't know. I don't think I'm going to be able to be on. I honestly don't know. I really don't. But hey, there was something else we could talk before you go because I know you want to go. But we didn't talk about the speaker. Did you stay up late on Friday night to watch the speaker vote?
I actually did.
Did you enjoy it? Did you like it? I wanted to talk about the fight. Did you see the where people got in people's faces? It's like, ooh, this is cool.
I think it was Representative Gates. No, Gates that the guy went after him.
Well, I don't know if the guy was going after Gates or the guy was going after Lauren Boebert because they were standing right next to each other. But if it were me, if I were putting money on it, I'd take Lauren Boebert over that guy. The guy that went lunge at him or whatever.
One of the things that I think, and again, I think this is where the only thing probably that Roman and I ever coincide on is we like the politics game. And let me tell you, I was hooked on that vote because just the process of it, I think is so ceremonial. And what I mean by that is it's part of our democracy, it's our democracy in action. And that's the kind of part that, as frustrating as it may have been, to have to wait for 15 votes to finally get a Speaker of the House. Democracy is not perfect, and it's sometimes a little bthis messy, but it's the best one that there exists on this earth. So I am fascinated with it. That's why I always watch all this the State of the Union speeches. Every time that there's going to be a change of guard, I enjoy watching it. So I was hooked to it because on the 14th we were supposed to have a speaker on the 14th. Then it didn't happen, and it frustrated everyone to crap. Where then they were going to go out there and retire for the next day.
Oh no, they were going to be quitting till Monday. That's what they're going to get everyone to go home already. And Karen McCarthy gets up and goes like, "What the hell, dude? I thought we already had everything done." And he apparently Matt Gaetz walked out when he was supposed to vote, so nobody knew. So he was going to be the last one. He did it for theater, and he's like, "I'm going to vote against him." If he would have just voted president, we would have been done.
The dynamics again, the whole process was entertaining. It was entertaining, and I enjoyed it 100%.
But then you get people that Tony Gonzalez, who's an obnoxious congressperson from West Texas or whatever. He's a Republican, and he's like, I'm not going to vote for the rules package because I'm not going to give in to them or whatever. And I'm like, the rules package is why they got the deal, guy. And the rules package is a good. And I think if people don't understand it, maybe the people that are watching right now don't understand what the rules are. It stipulates what you can and cannot do in Congress. So
Yeah.
that's where all the power is in the rules. Because if you can't finesse, once the rules are set, they're set. You're screwed. Like if you want to do this, sorry, can't do it. The rules say this. This is what it says. Sorry, you already agreed to it. You're screwed. So unfortunately, we unfortunately so Tony Gonzalez doesn't want to do those particular rule package because I guess the conservative it's embarrassing when you have people who will claim that somebody like Chip Roy, is somehow a hard right, alt right sort of individual, and he's not. He's just a conservative. Chip Roy's actually a really good guy. I don't believe he didn't vote for impeachment, but he did vote for something that upset Donald Trump. I mean, he's a bright guy, smart guy. I like him. He's probably our best congressman right now. But
Again, it's fine. Let me go see. El único Dios en Bronzeville es el dinero. El que no tiene, no vale. Sí, Rolando, y es parte de lo que nosotros necesitamos seguir uniéndonos y luchar en contra de todo esto. Es importante, muy importante. In my opinion, if the PUB board elects to give CEO payoff, there's nothing the city can do, which is why I promoted more hands-on participation in the city upon BUP. And 100%. And we agree. Unfortunately, all our hands are tied because the power exists in the corrupt political machine here.
That's why I think Carlos should just run for mayor, but you don't want him to run for mayor.
Let me say, I want Carlos Castro to run for mayor.
I think Carlos should run for mayor, and then you run for the at-large.
I definitely want.
In fact, I actually been wanting to talk to Carlos about something. I would love for that to happen. I honestly think that's the best of both worlds. Carlos Castro should be running for mayor.
Let me tell you, I was the one that one of the ones when I heard the rumor that Carlos Castro was running for mayor. I said, please do. I've always supported Carlos Castro in every race that he's run. I believe in his integrity. I believe he's a great guy.
No, I really do believe, and the thing is I think there's people out there that want that, and after the show, I'll talk to you about it. But yeah, I really do think that we need to have Carlos run for mayor. I think he's smarter than any of the. Now, no offense to you, Erasmo. No offense to you. I love you. You're my friend and everything like that. But if it were between, I would like Carlos because he understands the finances. I think that his leadership would be a better. I think he'd be a massive upgrade from what we've had with Trey. And I just don't think, John Cowan's going to be able to lead the city into the 21st century. I think he'd just be a pain in the butt of nothingness. And Carlos has always shown that he'll be able to work with everybody. And he knows how I feel. But I think publicly, if people, no, again, nothing to say bad about Erasmo. This isn't about Erasmo. But I would love for Erasmo to run for the at-large position because right now there's nobody there, and the only person I think isn't William Gaddisa thinking about running for the at-large position or something.
Who?
William Gaddisa, our friend William.
I honestly don't.
I think your buddy Jim Barton had a screenshot or something of William's billboard or something like that.
I think I have no idea, but let me say again. I would love to see Carlos Castro run for office for this May.
Yeah,
100%. And again, I'm going to continue to encourage because I think he would be an asset to the city of Brownsville. He already is an asset to the city of Brownsville, but in a leadership role, I think he would.
Yeah, because they had Carlos. He was on Channel 4, and it was why wasn't anybody else in the commission? It was Carlos. And they didn't have Vito on there from the charter review committee. They had Carlos. Why? Because Carlos has gravitas. No offense, Vito, but you don't have gravitas. And by the way, I don't know if you actually go back and watch the charter review committees. I saw a little bit of it, so I started playing it. And I don't think Vito realizes it, or maybe the city doesn't realize it, but the microphones are on before the meeting. So if you want to go back and listen to what he's talking about with the charter review committee people, you can totally hear what he's talking. I'm not going to repeat what was said. I'm not going to say anything bad was said, but the microphones are on, dude. And they don't need, I don't know why. I don't understand why the microphones are on. But yeah, Carlos says gravitas and on that charter review committee. He's on the charter review committee, but he wasn't there, right?
He wasn't there.
Yeah. When the
Ah,
mice cats away, the mice will play. I guess.
my 30 minutes are up. I actually got to go to work. Unlike Roman,
Mm,
I do have a job.
mm. Have fun.
Roman, thanks for coming on, bro. See you tonight
You're
at
welcome.
9 p.m.
Hopefully, God bless.
God bless. Guys, be good to each other. See you tonight at 9 p.m. Roman. Guys, be good to each other. Continue to be good to me. God bless. Cowboys